Hi, I'm Tag Wotherspoon, the voice of the Fortuna Huskies and the St. Bernard's Crusaders, and 3 Deep coverage starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to another week of 3 Deep coverage alongside Victor Anguiano. I'm Maida Machado. We have a great show for you tonight.
Of course we do. We had 2 local games here on the coast, but there were several teams on the road. But the big showdown will be tomorrow night when the rivals Fortuna and Ferndale battle for the Milcan Trophy.
Also in college football, Sierra will play its first road game of the season while Humboldt State continues to enjoy its bye week. But we get started right here on the coast tonight. Eureka football is off to a 3-0 start. Their offense averaging 41 points a game. If they continue that trend, the Loggers are going to be difficult to beat this season. Tonight, Eureka returning home, going up against Foothill. The Cougars come to the coast with a 1-1 record. Beautiful night at Albee Stadium. Eureka already with a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Offense with some trickery. Cruz Montana throws to Josiah Graham, then gives way to Lamari Dunn. The hook and ladder. Dunn isn't done. A nice run and great play for the Loggers. That leads to this Robert Weir touchdown. It's a 14-point lead for the home team. Foothill's offense takes over, but not for long. Jaden Gordon's pass intercepted by Alex Miller. Eureka looking really good on both sides of the ball. Senior running back Ryan Sylvia has some room. Sylvia scores 21-0 Loggers. Second quarter, Weir finds the end zone again. 35-zip Eureka. The Loggers led 49-7 at the half. Eureka winning big, 62-14. Sylvia with 4 touchdowns. Montana 13 of 18, 163 yards passing and a touchdown. The Loggers improving to 4-0.
Similar to the Loggers, Del Norte is off to a strong start with 3 straight wins. The Warriors are averaging 43 points per game and have only allowed 12 points the entire season. Del Norte's marching band welcoming Brookings Harbor, who made the trip from Oregon. We have to pick it up in the first, and trust me, it was not a good night for the Bruins. Pinned inside of their own 5, Ellie Larson sacks Andrew Berger and gets the safety. Del Norte up 2-0. And seriously, O.J. Calleja and Ethan Price need to stop being lab partners in chemistry. Calleja connects with Price for a 66-yard touchdown. Warriors ahead 8. Look at this guy. And we'll see what he does a little bit later. But man, and how about even Chase? How about he gets into fun? Berger underthrows the ball, and then Chase says, I'll have that. This defense is no joke. They get the 3rd shutout of the season against Brookings. Remember I was talking about Price? Well, here we go. Price doing it on the ground as well. Nobody can bring this guy down. He goes 55 yards, and that would do it. And what a night for Price. He finished with 226 yards and 5 touchdowns. Del Norte remain perfect. They win 35-0. Next week they will play Mazama at Wayland Field.
And can I say the price is right for Del Norte tonight? Well, Arcata is still winless after 3 weeks of play. The Tigers going on the road to Willits. Wolverines, who are also looking for their first victory, lost 55-27 last week at Ferndale. Something would have to give tonight. And the Tigers skip past Willits 22-20 with the win. Arcata is 1-3. They have next week off. The Tigers opening conference play September 21st against McKinleyville.
It's a tradition that dates back to 1945 when Fortuna and Ferndale met for the first time. Both schools compete for the Milcan Trophy. The Huskies will be looking to keep it for the 6th straight year. The Wildcats will host the reigning champs on Saturday. Despite only having 20 players on the roster, head coach Clint McClurg and Ferndale believe they can shock Fortuna and keep the trophy in Cream City.
It's just a great opportunity, really. They're, the defending state champion, right here in Humboldt, Del Norte County. And so for our young men right now to have that opportunity to play that high caliber of a team, that's all it is, a great opportunity to go out there and perform to the best of your abilities.
I think that we really got a shot. We really just have to put in the work Monday through Friday, get out there on Saturday, do our jobs, get everything done, and we have a shot.
Ferndale picked up its first win last week at home, while Fortuna has won back-to-back games. Veteran coach Mike Benbow knows the importance of winning this game.
I've been a part of this game as a coach for over 20 years. I played in the game as a high school kid. So, it is a special rivalry that, we hope to continue year after year. I know it's a big deal in our Eel River Valley, but our guys are hungry and ready to go.
It's dated back for as long as I can remember. I mean, history and history and history. I mean, I remember being a kid, watching them play and be like, man, one day that will be me, and it's here now. So it's a dream. I think it will be an amazing game. I think everyone should come out and watch, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
As members of the Little Four Conference, St. Bernard's and Hoopaw used to meet 2 times a year, but the Crusaders moving up to the Big Four. The 2 teams will still play one another just 1 time this season. Tomorrow they meet at Crusader Field with a 1 p.m. kickoff.
It's exciting to play home games and to play in front of the Crusader Nation, and it's nice. Last year we didn't get a lot of home games, and so having more home games this year is exciting, and we're looking forward to Saturday.
I know they definitely make a tough effort. They're a dedicated team, and they always bring a good fight, and it can't take any team with any less amount of seriousness. We're going to prep how we always do.
And from 8-man football, South Fork begins NCL3 play tomorrow night at Round Valley. The Cubs 2-0 on the season. Mustangs are 0-1. We're just getting started here. Humboldt State gets an extra week to prepare for its next opponent.
Also, CR is in the Bay Area tonight. The Corsairs will be looking to win their first game of the season against Galavan tomorrow. And don't forget, the question of the week is coming up.
Yeah, tonight we select the Little Four winners. 3 Deep coverage continues right after this.
This is Ferndale football coach Clint McClurg, and you're watching 3 Deep coverage.
Okay. We'll make up for it.
Hi, this is Humboldt Bay Fire Chief Sean Robinson, and you're watching 3 Deep coverage.
Welcome back. In Week 2, CR showed glimpses of a new era in Corsairs football. After losing to Monterey Peninsula in the Slugfest, head coach Frank Borba will be looking for his first win of the season against Gavilan. Here's Week 2's Sideline Pass.
Growth is the focus for the Corsairs against Gavilan. In their season opener, mistakes on both sides of the ball helped Monterey Peninsula leave with a win. Head coach Frank Borba says inexperience played a factor in Week 1.
We had a lot of freshmen, a lot of young guys who it was their first college experience. So, the lights shouldn't be too bright anymore. The eyes shouldn't be too big. Everybody should be acclimated to being a college football player. They know the speed of the game now. They know the length of the game. So it's going to be a lot easier for our first-timers last time to show up and know what to expect.
Despite throwing 3 interceptions against the Lobos, Brody Lucero finished with over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. This week, they head to the Bay Area to face a ferocious Galavan defense that forced 6 turnovers and 8 sacks against Los Medanos College.
That's going to be very exciting going on the road. It's our first time as a team going out together, so it should be fun, a cool experience for all of us to go out.
We travel well. We stay in a hotel the night before. We feed them well. We take care of them. We treat them like warriors so that they can be ready to get up in the morning and play the game and get that win so the bus ride back is a lot more fun.
It's time now for the question of the week, and we want to welcome our new sponsor, Humboldt Countertops and Surfacing. Last week we gave our Big Four selections. Tonight it's the Little Four stirred. For the question of the week, the experts give us their picks. What team will be crowned the champion this season?
Going into the season, my pick was Jamal Jones and the Arcata Tigers. But based on the fact that they have been decimated by injuries early in the season, I'm going to now go in a different direction. And my pick to win the Little Four Conference this year would be Clint McClurg and the Ferndale Wildcats. Coach McClurg has things turned around in Ferndale, and they're headed in the right direction. But I think overall, it's going to be very competitive. There's going to be a lot of parity this season in the Little Four Conference.
Well, I think the Little Four is about as open this year as I've ever seen it. I think you could look at all 4 teams and make an argument as to each one that could win it. Ferndale looked pretty good last week against Willits. Hoopa looked physical. They can run the ball. Arcade have beat up, but they're going to be better as the year goes on. And then you have McKinleyville, which have a pretty good defense. So looking at the 4 of them, I would have thought Arcata or Ferndale at the start of the year, but Hoopa's kind of impressed me a bit. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Hoopa. I think they're a physical team. They can run the ball, and in a wide open Little Four, I have a feeling they could cause some problems for everybody else.
All right, high school football last night. It was McKinleyville winner over LC Allen, 69-6. And we now switch to other scores tonight. Eureka stays undefeated, as does Del Norte. Arcata getting its first win. You see the St. Bernard-Tupah matchup tomorrow. The Melcan game, Ferndale, Fortuna, and South Fork on the road at Brown Valley. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Back to the question of the week. Victor, this is a tough one. Who is going to win the Little Four?
I think we were talking about this before the show, and I think it's going to be Ferndale, and I'm going to be at that Milcan game tomorrow, so I'm going to get to see Fortuna, the reigning state champs, going against a Ferndale team that, they've been improving since their first game, so I think Ferndale's going to win it.
Arcata's had some early injuries. I think that's going to factor. Arcata getting its first win tonight. But Ferndale, victorious last week. It's going to be a tough one tomorrow in the Milcan, but I think the Wildcats with Coach McClurg going to win that Little Four title, but a pretty balanced league this season. Hey, thanks for watching 3 Deep coverage tonight. For Victor Algiado, I'm Anna Machado. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.